Hello, my friends. It's Peg, and it's October, and it's the last Friday of the month, so that means it's time for the October Pick a Stick Challenge. That's hashtag PASC1016. The first part of this challenge is to do drips and squirts, and so I am using some Deco Art Media misters, and these I chose because they are permanent acid-free water-based professional grade misters, and they once they are dry will be permanent, so I don't have to worry of moving color around on my page. Now the next step, number 2, says add paste. Well, I have some Affinibear's light paste from Art Basics, and a new stencil that I just acquired from Deco Art. If you don't know about their sale, they're having a 10 for 10 sale. And because I was just with Andy Skinner and Tracy Weinzapple and liked using their stencils, this is what I decided to use for this project. So the next thing says, step 3, make a stencil. Well, I decided that a mask was a stencil for some reason, because if you look at this truly is a mask, not a stencil. Um, what that means is it's a cut out piece rather than a piece that you are going through. So anyway, I used a punch that had a couple of different options on it, and it cut out this nice mask, and so I have a couple of them here, and I'm going to go back to my mister in a white color and just put that down on the page and get a little more texture going on there. So the next step, number 4, says use hot glue. So I get my glue gun out and I just make a kind of organic flowing line, kind of like a vein on a vine, and I thought, well, that should be good. So step 5 says whiteout and or pearl powder. Well, I couldn't find my whiteout pen. I know it's around here someplace, but I didn't want to search for it. So I went for my pearl powders. What I'm using is the Ranger product, which is not Pearl X, Perfect Pearls, and it has the resin binder in it already, so I'm just brushing that onto my background, and then I'm going to spray it with a fixative to seal that down and kind of keep it in place, but that makes everything real shimmery. And then step 6 says use a tab. Well, I use a tag for this. I just tear the top off of a tag, and I've got stuff lying around, and I put a little texture and stuff on there and staple that onto the top of my page. Now, Pick a Stick is a monthly challenge, and we are a Facebook group, and I have all the information down below in the description box. So if you'd like to join us, please do. We'd love to see you each month and what you're creating, because it's kind of fun to see all the pages that come out of this challenge. They're all so different. So anyway, there are 4 of us who are making a video right now today, and I'll put their links also in the box below, and I have a playlist that I'll list up above in the iCard, and that's up above in the right hand corner if you want to click on that to see the rest of the videos that we have created over time. So step 7 says add texture, and guess what? Andy Skinner once again has some wonderful texture stamps. So I'm using some Fun Stampers Journey ink in a Blue Lagoon and a Deep Lilac, and then it says use Jelly Print or Deli Scribble. Well, I have jelly prints, and so I'm punching out some butterflies, and I thought the orange would be a nice contrast for the other colors that were going on the page. And then I also, excuse me, die cut some shapes, and I decided I didn't like the die cut out of the jelly print. So I did some plain paper, and then I made some spray mist from some of those pearl powders, and sprayed that paper background to make it blend more with the orangish color of the butterfly. And I'll put my quote on there and seal that down and add a few other embellishments. And let's see, the next step, number 9, says make your own stamp and use it. Well, I made a whole box of stamps. I was having fun making stamps. I've got a couple of other videos out there to show you about stamp making, and I will also link those here for you so you can find those other videos and learn about stamp making. I chose some stamps that were leaf shaped because this is kind of organic, and I was thinking that vine needed some leaves on it. So that's what I did. I stamped some leaves in those same colors, that purple and blue stamp pad, and added that to the background. And the last part of this, step 10, says use a sponge. So I will use a sponge and some, what is that stuff? It is metallic luster. It's called Gold Rush, and I use it not only on the edge of my page, but I also use it on the butterflies, and I use it to highlight the hot glue that's on the page. You'll see later that I add more hot glue because I thought that organic shape was kind of cool, and I wanted to accentuate my leaves. So I come back in with a little bit more of that hot glue and more of that metallic luster, and got a whole bunch of bling going on. So you'll see at the end of my video that I spent some time this last weekend in Chicago at Ministry of Mixology, which is a retreat that's offered from Andy Skinner and Tracy Weinzappel and Deco Art. And so after the video finishes and the pictures from my finished page, you will see some pictures from my weekend, because I thought you might enjoy seeing that. And you might even see some faces that you recognize, because there are people there that, yeah, are in our group and I craft with. So anyway, it was a really fun retreat. Um, Even though things kind of got messed up in the beginning and we didn't have the supplies that we needed, we still created and had a great time. And I came home with a lot of great giveaways in our bag. And I learned a lot because I really learned about working with some of those Deco Art products, and I love them. So that's about it for me, guys. So I'll see you next month, and hope you made it pick a stick, and I'll be looking for it. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.